The drama surrounding Mike Tyson's rise in boxing history is the story of a young fighter who carried both fear and fascination into the ring. From the very beginning of his career, the great Mike Tyson struck terror into opponents before the opening bell even rang. His presence alone was a storm, and once that first punch landed, the storm became a hurricane. Tyson's style was simple in theory, yet devastating in execution. Relentless pressure, brutal combinations, and an aura of invincibility that made giants tremble. But boxing is never without its pretenders to the throne, and throughout the late 1980s, Tyson faced towering men who believed that sheer size was enough to crush his reign. They looked down on him from their long reaches and higher frames, imagining that Iron Mike was simply too small to be king. What they forgot was that lions are rarely measured by height. In 1987, Tyson stood at the peak of his powers, a fighter untouched by defeat, already the youngest heavyweight champion in history, and now defending his legacy with a fury that made every bout feel like a trial by fire. That year, a new challenger emerged, one who seemed to be built in a laboratory to end Tyson's dominance. His name was Tony Tucker, known as TNT, a man undefeated with an impressive 34-0 record, and towering above Tyson by nearly 2 heads. Tucker carried himself with the arrogance of a man who had already beaten destiny, for he had knocked out the same Buster Douglas who would, years later, hand Tyson his most shocking loss. But in 1987, Douglas was just another victim on Tucker's record, and TNT stepped into the ring, with Tyson brimming with confidence. The opening bell rang, and the crowd felt the electricity in the air. Tyson exploded forward like a predator off the leash, swinging his iron hammers with ferocity. The uppercuts were monstrous, the hooks brutal, and it seemed as though Tucker would crumble quickly under the onslaught. But Tucker was no ordinary giant. His skill set was sharper than most expected, his jab accurate, and his footwork surprisingly agile for a man of his size.